Hi friends. In today's video, I'm going to do a quick get ready with me, together. We're going to get ready together, and I'm going to show you how I did this eye look, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mental health. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm going to share a little bit of my own struggles with mental illness, and hopefully it will make you feel less alone in this world and know that there is help out there if you are struggling. I urge you to keep seeking until you find some solutions. It took me quite a while to find the right situation and the right combination of things to help me to have the life that I have right now. And so with that, we're going to go back in time and we'll get ready. So I appreciate you stopping by. You know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about with YouTube is a lot of people now are really starting to, drop the veil a little bit on who they really are and what's really going on in their lives. And an example of that was the Shane Dawson and Bunny Meyer series. Another example would be Tawny Michelle. She is really a fantastic young lady, and she is really sharing her truth, her struggle with addiction, her struggle with some agoraphobia and some other anxiety issues. And I think she's really helping a tremendous amount of people. You know, I come from an era where, when I was younger, especially like Tawny's age, you didn't talk about things, this was, I call it before Oprah, and my family has a long history of mental illness, and schizophrenia is one thing and depression is another. And I can only speak for myself that I have been really lucky that as a person who suffers from clinical depression, I have had the right dosage for probably the last 20 or so years, and it has allowed me to have a life. It basically is what it's done. And so I had the clinical depression, and I also suffered from what's called PMDD, premenstrual dysphoria disorder. So that is like PMS on steroids. And so my cycle, it'd be like being on a roller coaster every month, when, I would get my period, I would start to feel better. And then it would build up to right about the time I would be ovulating, and I was euphoric at that time. I really would have my glow on, have my personality would be effervescent, I would be, and which is nature, when a woman is ovulating, she is her most beautiful, because that's, inherent in us as mammals, to attract our mates. But probably by the 15th day of my cycle, I would start this downward slope, and it would go down and down and down, really to the depths of despair. I would call it going global or going postal. I would just bone-crushing sadness. I can't explain it any other way. So imagine, all through my 20s and early 30s, every month going on this roller coaster ride up to the highest high and to the lowest low, like being bipolar, but it was all connected with my cycle on top of having depression as just like underlying everything. So finally, I was able to get the treatment that I needed, and it's been really great ever since. We did think that, my doctor thought that possibly after I was about 1 or 2 years past my final menstrual cycle, that possibly I could go off the meds. And I did try, and it was just really hard. And we just decided to, you know, for me, it'd be best to just stay on them, probably, you know, for the rest of my life, which is okay. I don't mind, because it allows me to function. It allows me to have this beautiful life that I have right now. I have a wonderful husband. Up until the time that I was treated, I really couldn't maintain a romantic relationship because of the severity of my ups and downs. You know, it was a major turnoff. Yeah, I gotta say. So that was really difficult, you know, in my 20s and early 30s, everybody was partnering up and getting married, and, you know, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't make it work. And, you know, so that was something that got me down. But, you know, life has a way of working out. And it did for me. I didn't get married. I didn't get married till I was 53. My first and only time. And I met a wonderful man. We met on Match.com, and that's like a whole other story, you know, internet dating, and how do you vet the people that you're going on a date with, and all that stuff. If you'd like me to do a video about that, I will. Just let me know in the comments below, and I can share our story through there. But we did meet on Match.com, and so that was like, let's see, 8 years ago. We've been married for 6 years in June. So getting back to my eyes, I'm just building up. I went from this color here, this peachy color, to a more orangey, to the more rusty. And I'm just building up the color here at the outer corner. And now I'm going to go in and add some brown to it. I don't want to muddy it up too much, but I do want to get it a little deeper right there on the outer corner. So at any rate, you know, I'm seeing a lot of people are beginning to share their stories, and what we're finding, you know, in the comments section is we're more alike than than not. You know, I think there's so many people, you know, that have issues, and for whatever reason, whether they are hereditary, you know, a family of origin stuff, or circumstantial, or, you know, they just came out of nowhere. You know, that happens. You can be going along in life, and then for whatever reason, you start to decline mentally. And at first you think it's just, you know, a phase, or, you know, wow, this person's really moody. And sometimes, you know, left untreated, it can lead to total devastation, to suicide, to many other things, self-harm and things like that. So I would encourage, if you are feeling low, I really encourage you to find a way to get to a therapist. I know that there are a lot of cities and towns that have counseling on a sliding scale. If you feel that you can't afford to go to a psychotherapist, there's help available. And I would encourage you to keep trying. If you go to your family physician and they're just not getting it, you know, what's going on with you, then try somebody else. Keep trying until you get the help that you need. I know it can be a long and winding road, but once you get there and start to get the benefits, it will have all been worth it, believe me. So I've built up this outer edge, and, you know, in these rusts and browns, but now I think I'm going to add some of this this gold color to my lid. It's like a little bit shimmery and sparkly, but I'm going to lay down, and, you know, I don't switch my brush out all the time. I keep right on my desk, I have a microfiber cloth, and I just wipe my brush off in between colors. So when I go from lightest to darkest, I just keep wiping my brush off, and then I clean it with the MAC brush cleaner, you know, when I'm done. But so I don't, you know, mix colors. I'd love to hear your thoughts on, you know, people sharing their stories. Is it too much? Too much TMI? Is it helping people? Is it, I find it reassuring to know that I'm not alone. And, when I see somebody like Tawny, who she's really in the thick of it, I just pray for her. I send her so much love, and I'm just praying that she finds her way out and finds her way into something. Her YouTube channel is really taking off. She's almost at, I think she's between 9,000 and 10,000 subscribers. So she has found something, because she has agoraphobia, that she can do in her home. And she does amazing true crime videos. I don't know how to link people's channels. I'm not that sophisticated. So her name is Tawny Michelle. She does a variety of videos, from addiction stories of her own addiction stories of some of her subscribers, and she keeps them anonymous but tells their story. True crime stories, some makeup stories, and some commentary about what's happening in the world of YouTube. So she's just a terrific girl, and I just send her so much love every day. So now I'm going to take the shimmer shade of the gold that's right next to the matte, and I'm going to pack that on top of what I already laid down. It just gives it a little bit of sparkle, which is really nice. And I'm just pushing that in. Then I'm going to let this dry, and I'm just going to go under my lower lash line. I'm going to start with the first color that I used before, the kind of peachy orange, and just run that through. Sometimes during the day I don't always do my lower lash line, but I'm kind of feeling it today. Building up just how I did the upper crease, continuously going a little bit darker, but I'm not dragging the darkest shades all the way through, about halfway through. I'm loving this palette. I think it's so pretty. So now that that's dry, I'm just going to go back in with this peachy shade and just blend that out, blend it into the crease a little bit better. So there's and then I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend this in a little bit more. There you have it. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my foundation and my mascara, and then I'm going to come back and I'll show you the finished look. Okay, bye. So here's my finished look. I hope you like it, and I hope you maybe get some insight and inspiration or hope from this video. I appreciate anyone who watches, and I thank you so much.